for your faith in your fellow Americans, for your love of country, and for your lifetime of service that will endure through the generations, I'd like to ask the military aide to join us on stage. For the final time as President, I am pleased to award our nation's highest civilian honor, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Oh my, that's President Barack Obama in 2017, surprising an emotional Vice President Joe Biden with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. All this week we've been talking about how President-elect Joe Biden might govern by taking a look at examples of past presidents. With us this morning, we have best-selling author, journalist, and visiting distinguished professor at Vanderbilt University, another man who has to listen to Meacham talk about Shays' Rebellion and the French and Indian War ad nauseum. David Maraniss also. Well, of course, and David's written critically acclaimed books on Presidents Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. First in this class still remains one of my favorite presidential biographies. Also with us, author and NBC News presidential historian Michael Beschloss, also a great author. Thank you both for being with us. So, David, the two presidents you've written about recently over the past 25 years, Bill Clinton and Barack Obama, they both came in with majorities. They both lost those majorities 2 years later. What can Joe Biden learn from both of their presidencies?
Well, Joe, remember when Barack Obama was elected, the Onion headline, "Black man given nation's worst job"? Well, think about what Joe Biden is falling into. You know, not just the recession that's worse than what Barack Obama faced, but also the pandemic and racial and economic inequity. So, you know, whatever he's learned from the past, he's going to have to deal with something that no one has really had to deal with before. I would say that with, you know, he has to learn to be flexible, that whatever you think you know coming into the presidency, events will change them. So Bill Clinton came in thinking that when he needed a policy to be done right, he knew exactly who to turn to, which was his wife, Hillary, because that had worked in Arkansas. Well, for various reasons, it didn't work once he got to the White House. Barack Obama came in singing that song of reconciliation, the famous no red states or blue states, and really believing that he could bridge that divide. And he had a vice president, Joe Biden, who not only believed that as well, but was really better at transactionally trying to accomplish that. And they faced very, difficult times trying to do it. So whether President Biden comes in with that same idea, it's going to be an incredibly difficult task for him to pull off.
But, David, isn't timing everything also? I mean, with Bill Clinton, I always said, and of course this will offend a lot of my progressive friends, and maybe it's the former Republican me speaking, but I thought that if he had led with welfare reform and in the first term and then moved in the second term to health care reform, things may have been far different for him. But he went faster, I think. Again, maybe it's just a former Republican to me, but both he and Barack Obama moved left faster than most of Americans were prepared for. And in both cases, they answered 2 years later, voters answered with very conservative Congresses.
Well, you're not the only one who made that argument about Bill Clinton. I mean, Al Gore wanted him to go with welfare reform first as well. And he did suffer from what he tried to do. Now, Barack Obama suffered, but he also accomplished something that will have lasting impact. And so the question was whether that was worth it. I think really, again, you can only learn so much from that history because Joe Biden cannot afford to wait around. He has too many problems to deal with right away. But you're right, timing is everything, and the timing this time is crucial.
So, Michael Beschloss, you believe that Joe Biden should look at a Republican and a Democrat. Dwight Eisenhower and what he did after his 52 landslide, and also FDR, what he did after his 1932 landslide. Explain.
Well, you know, Joe, as you and I have discussed a lot of times, no president is a perfect parallel for the one we've got. And I'd like to have a hybrid of Roosevelt and Eisenhower. Roosevelt, who came in 33, Great Depression, had to bring the country together, had to get the policies right. And at the same time, Roosevelt said the presidency is preeminently a place of moral leadership. Did we ever hear Donald Trump say that? I think people are hungering for that right now. And the reason I say Eisenhower in 1953, he came in, he only had Congress, as you know, for 2 years out of 8. He had to deal with a Democratic Congress, had to work with Lyndon Johnson, the Senate Majority Leader, and Sam Rayburn, who was Speaker of the House. Yet they got a lot of things done together, particularly in foreign policy. And Eisenhower did not do enough to talk, I think, about the plight of black people in this country, or Latinos, or poor, or women.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.